Coming up on this week's episode of Unpicked.
When I was boxing off the meat, that's that pause.
Guys don't give a heck about how girls feel about something, just be doing whatever.
Yeah.
And then when they get a daughter now all
they
of a
want
sudden they're like, oh yeah, I gotta be respectful to women. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's too late. You've already contributed to the meso. That's the girl code.
Yeah.
Like, you just have
But
to
only black girls play by the girl code.
I don't think black girls play by the girl code at all, actually. I think it's fake.
Wagwan peeps, it's Venom, what you saying? Alongside my home slice, damn to the zane. When she and I get together on the poddy, ask anybody, the vibes are insane.
Join our family and feel free to come by. Be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yeah.
New drop on the way every Monday at 6.
Tune in and come see what we unpick.
Yes, hear me, yo?
It's hear me and you. They can never be friends.
Never.
Wait, it's closing line actually. You're too sexy.
Yeah. You see you? Because you're sexy.
That was when I was like, bruv, you could have articulated that in so many different ways.
The vib in the he said that never so aggressively. He was like, never. Yeah, see me? I thought he was attacking her. You know, if you didn't understand, like if you didn't understand the accent, you'd be thinking, nah,
But
he's
this is-
attacking this girl because
Yeah, if you're not from the culture, no idea.
her face. She was like, and then I saw the extended bit.
Keep going. Keep going.
All right, cool. Yeah, I saw the extended bit, yeah. And she was like, why? But why can't we be friends? But why can't we be friends? Yeah.
Never.
And he was like, because I don't care about what comes out your mouth.
Oh, that's what he said later.
Yeah.
Damn.
Not you trying to still fixing things whilst the
Yeah,
cameras are on.
funny.
You happy?
Because this one, the elbow is like.
You know what? Sometimes we can't strive for perfection, you know.
I know.
As long as they can hear me.
As long as the sound is sounding.
You know what I mean?
Which is sounding.
They're gonna have to just take it for what it is at this point. Like,
Yeah.
we got some ironing out to do until we're happy with the setup. Until then, you lot just have to bear with us.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
We're doing our thing.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Venom, can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
So clearly you're on a hair growth journey.
Okay, yeah. I was like, what growth? I shaved it yesterday. Yeah.
You're on a hair growth journey, and I wanted to know what the goal is. Is it armpit length? Is it waist length? Is it tailbone length? Like, what's the goal?
The goal is to infinity, you know.
Swear
down. I'm
so
just
you're just gonna be walking around and your beard is just gonna be like grazing the floor.
If it gets to that length, you know. If it gets to that length, I wouldn't stop it. I'd be like, yeah, I'm that guy. But I mean, I wouldn't let it drag on the floor. If it was that length, I'll wrap it around my waist.
I was more thinking the neck, like a scarf, but I guess...
But if it gets that long, then what if it's summer as well, obviously? I'm not planning to live my life in the cold country, so then I won't even need a scarf. But man always needs a belt.
Venom don't need waist beads.
Nah. Got this. I put beads on this. Oh, watch that.
That is too funny.
Oh, watch that.
That is too funny. All right, cool. Let's say hi to the peeps. Family dems, people dems. Those that listen and watch. Hey, hello, hi peeps. It's your home slice, Dammy Zane in the building, and I'm here with my co-host, my podcast bestie and that. Give it a high five.
In the building.
Building.
There.
Man, like Venom. I'm saying,
V to the.
That was me boosting you up. I didn't even say your name.
No. I was going to, and then I was just like, you got that.
Right? So, thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, hopefully you stick around and like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And if you're a returner, family dems, listen, we love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. Today, I don't even know where the conversation is going to go. A lot has happened in the last week.
A lot has happened.
We don't know where the conversation is going to go.
Yeah, we only had one thing on the agenda, but this week has been weakened.
Trust me, it's been a lot. Do you know what I mean? See me, yo?
You're going to put that clip in there because you got to give them the context of this clip.
Yeah, see me, yo?
personally, me and you could never be friends. We can be acquaintance and we can do business together. But me and you, cause you're sexy.
Do you know what I like about it though? He's like a moment in history that's passed.
Yeah.
Been brought back.
Literally.
For everyone else to understand, like what black people know, for one of the Caribbean archetypes, because that is a stereotype.
Let me tell you something. What about boys? He's not Caribbean. He's Nigerian, and he's always saying he can't be friends with sexy girls. Now, he doesn't even want to be my friend. And
Damn.
Obviously, like, you get it. He doesn't want to be my friend, innit? He wants to be more than friends, but I call him a friend for the sake of you lot need to mind your business.
Damn.
Okay?
I already had bare questions.
I had to answer it all.
Yeah.
The first time we went out, yeah.
Oh, wait, what? Okay, shut up. But not enough. Too late. All right, cool. Carry on.
The first time we went out, I was like, we could be friends. He was like, you see me, yYou?
We can never be friends. Never.
So when I saw that clip, I sent it to him so quick. I was like,
this your man's, yeah?
is this you? You is him, he is you. He was like, Davy, you're rude. I said, no, but did you or did you not say?
You see me and you?
We can never be friends. I was like, yeah. He goes, it doesn't make sense. He goes, I don't think that a guy that is attracted to a woman can actually be friends with her. Now, we're friends. I'm not saying you're attracted to me. I just know that I'm saucy. That's all. You don't have to agree. You don't have to deny or agree. I just know what I am.
Yeah.
But, and I've seen your friends as well. You've got some, like, pretty friends. So, clearly, you don't live by that.
Hell no.
Right?
The thing is, I feel like some people are attractive.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not always physical, but some people are attractive. Usually it coincides. If you know.
Yeah.
And so they attract you to them, and then you get to know them, and you're like, yeah, you're cool people.
Yeah. I
think, like, and often you always see, like, loads of, like, hot people hanging around each other, and none of them are doing anything with any, you know what I mean?
I don't know about that bit. I don't know about them not doing nothing.
Oh, well.
There must be some, like, cabin fever inbred.
Ooh.
There must be.
No, I think that attractive people attract people. That's why they're attractive.
What I think is, I don't think it's down to attraction. I think people oversimplify it. I think it's down to I think it's down to respect. For sure, as well. Because, like, when I think of my friendships with my guy friends, there's a few that I'm like, no, he's good looking. But he's got a girlfriend. So straight away, I'm like, well, even if he didn't have a girlfriend, I respect our friendship. Yeah. More than
this is
trying
what
to
it is.
pursue him or flirt with him or cross that line and vice versa. So I'm just like, if you're someone that is very like, I can't be friends with someone that I find attractive, you don't respect them as someone that's to be your friend. Yeah, you don't. You've objectified them. You've objectified them. You've put them in a box that, do you know what? I don't want to be anything but this thing that satisfies my attraction. Yeah. As opposed to, no, this person, because in that same clip, yeah, damn, my words. He was literally like, I don't care what comes out of your mouth. And I was like, that's the problem. Yeah, that's mad. Well, you got to be ugly for me to care what you say. He's basically saying that if you're sexy, I don't want to care about what you have to say. If you're sexy, I've reduced you to the fact that you're sexy. All I care about is that you're sexy. Yeah, that's why I think it's more respect than, because you're sexy, I can't be your friend. And it shows what kind of guy he is and his mindset. And basic. Because when he was like, yes, I said, can never. I said, wow. Bro, you can be friends. I said, we just got transported to Dalston, 1995, Brixton, 1995. Literally. Streatham. Like, we just went back to 1995. It's funny that you said Dalston, because I thought of Dalston too. Like, back in that's what day, I know, innit? When you're walking down the road, you just be hearing, Empress. Yeah. Empress. Hey, girl. Pum look fat today, you know. You see me and you? We can never. We can never be friends. Come here and find out what a real man do, you see it? That was a terrible Caribbean accent. That was the American one. Yeah. You know every week we do an icebreaker. Well, not every week. We slacked last week, but it's meant to be every week. We do an icebreaker just to, lighten the the mood, set things up before we move forward. And we're not bringing game time back. Yeah, not for a little bit, because like obviously I'm gonna enjoy my victory for as long as I can. But we're gonna bring back this or that. But I'm thinking to do it a bit differently. So I want our family them to get to know us better.
Okay.
So I'm proposing that when we do this or that, it has to be the questions has to be surrounding stuff that would allow us and our family them to get to know us.
Okay.
So with that being said, my first one is this: side breast or under boob?
What's this on show?
What do you prefer?
On show?
I don't know. You can say on show. I'm not saying on show. You can say on show. You can say
like
the body
if
part
a girl
you prefer.
If a girl is just like because I'm viewing it, innit? So to view, I'd say under, because like if a girl's wearing like a top that's cutting off the nips, but then he's just got a little bit of a little like,
all right.
Yeah. You see me here? Is like that? Yeah, so I think it's under boob, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Drum or flats? Wings.
Man, don't eat meat, you know. But
when you were.
But when I was boxing off the meat,
yeah.
Banging at the mic. When I was boxing off the meat, that's that pause. Wow, that sounds mad. When I ate chicken. Yeah, flats, isn't it?
Flats.
Yeah.
I'm a flats person. Yeah.
Flats is where the
flavors
are.
You see me, we can be friends.
Yeah. If you eat the flats, me eat the flats.
Okay.
I don't box off meat.
This one is more about mindset.
Okay.
So, hypothetically, your girl's cheated on you.
Ugh.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
Hypothetically. Because I know Bae ain't like that. She's respectful.
She better not be like that.
She's respectful. Hypothetically, Bae cheats on you. Would you want her to tell you or not?
Just tell me or not. Wow. 100%, yeah.
Which one?
I need to know. Yeah.
You want her to so she's just come back from whatever. She's like, oh, this is eating me up inside. Do you want her to be like, babes, I made a mistake?
Yeah.
Yeah?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And then I can deal with it. However I decide
and you want to live in delusion?
What? Am I not like the realist, the most realist, like down to earth, just realist person that maybe not that you know.
No, you are. You're legit like the realist person.
I just want to live in the real world. That's all I want. Yeah, not even for a second. I'll be like, especially because I've done it before. Being the person with the information that even if you want to or whatever, it's even bad for you to hold it.
Don't you think that it's selfish?
What?
Like, if as the cheater.
Yeah.
Not the cheatee. As the cheater, don't you feel like it's selfish because you're only trying to relieve your guilt?
What, to tell the person?
Yeah, because you're living in guilt. You're like, oh.
On the one hand, yes. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, if you don't tell the person, you're not giving them the right to decide what they want to do next with the person who they are really dating. If you know what I mean? Someone takes you back and they're like, you're an idiot, but I love you this much, whatever. That's their decision, not yours to make.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's why.
Cool. I kind of expected that answer from you, to be fair.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know what the rules were though for the this or that. I kind of had some as well, you know. I just saw them online. I was like, oh, this is cool. I'll ask you.
Go on then, hit me.
Right. The first one. Can I remember them off the top of my head, or do I need to check the notes? There was two.
Check your notes.
Let me check the notes.
Yeah.
She said that old brain.
You already know.
She said, check your notes, bruv.
Like the cartilage.
Nah. Listen, my knees is still working, you know. Just remember that.
Cool.
Right.
Okay.
The first one was, would you rather marry the person you lost your virginity to, or stay in the first job you ever had for the rest of your life?
Flipping hell.
Oh, I was like, I hope you ain't seen these because they were dilemmas. So marry the person you lost your virginity to. Stay in your first job for the rest of your life.
Am I allowed side hustles and stuff?
Of course.
I'll stay in the first job I had for the rest of my life.
Well, okay. Definitely not marrying that one. Okay, cool.
But let me just say, I don't regret them being my first.
No, of course, it's a learning
just
thing.
marriage for the rest of my life. Nah, I don't need that sort of imprisonment. Next.
Damn. Would you rather wake up tomorrow 10 years younger? No, sorry, not 10 years younger, but gone back in
time by 10 years,
but has no knowledge of the future. So like you don't have the benefit of being like, snap, over the next 10 years this, so I could put money into that, stocks, pandemic, none of that. It's just you get to relive the last 10 years again. Excuse me, sorry. Or wake up tomorrow 10 years older, but with £1 million in the bank.
10 years older.
With the 1 million in the bank.
Yeah. Because yes, no joking. Because I don't look my age already. So I'm not worried about how I'm gonna look in the next 10 years. And with that, I mean, I would have, I still have all the knowledge and wisdom I have now, and I'm quite happy with the decisions I've made in life, so that's fine. And with that money,
boom, set for life.
For life. Plus, I'm still a baby girl, so adding 10 years to my life is not that deep.
Yeah. It's not.
It's not.
I felt like it was like when it said specifically that you do not have that knowledge of the future. I was like, oh, then there's $1 million, isn't it?
Yeah, like hello, easy money.
Because if I had the knowledge of the future, I could make more than $1 million. But
exactly.
Without it, $1 million. I take $1 million.
Yeah, I take $1 million.
Okay. I only had the 2. I didn't have a 3.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have a 3rd.
All right.
I just brought something in mix. All right.
I thought you might have wanted to ask me the last question that I asked you, but
I'll find my own spicy question.
That wasn't a spicy question.
Well, I'll find my own spicy.
Okay, cool. All right.
Unless you have something you want to get off your chest.
Absolutely not. On this global, worldwide, international internet. No.
She said,
No.
No, that's not what I'm here to do.
Cool. On Twitter, I'm back on Twitter. I'm an addict, guys.
Yeah.
There's been a thread that's been going around. There's been a thread, and people have been sharing how they met their significant other or the love of their life, right? And a lot of people have been like talking about things like online dating, like Hinge or Tinder and stuff. And some people are like, I met her when I was in school or whatever. And it's been refreshing because it's nice to see that for once people are spreading positive stuff online about the love and stuff. But as a single gal, it's kind of like, oh, so people are really meeting people out there.
Lord have mercy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are really meeting people out there. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, I lost hope.
But that's what I said though. I said there has to be people outside.
But I'm not willing to go outside. It's the problem.
This is the problem. Because everybody is outside.
But I heard there's this show called Love is Blind, yeah?
Yeah, there is.
I knew that Love is Blind is there. They're on season 4. I've been watching. But I heard that they might bring it to the UK. And I heard they were looking for people to go on it.
Would you go on one of these shows?
I thought about it. I think I would do Love is Blind.
I think you should.
Do you think so?
I'm not saying that from the perspective of I think you will find the love of your life.
Wow, has no hope in me.
No.
Wow,
No,
okay. Wow.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
You said me, are you? No, joking.
I'm not saying this sounds like a fantastic opportunity to find genuine love.
Yeah.
But I think being a single person, it's a great experience to meet people and to also put yourself out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like, if I was single, for sure, I'd go on, like, maybe I haven't seen this Love Is Blind like properly, but it seems a bit more. It seems a bit more conversational and a lot less Love Island.
In the beginning, it's very, very conversational, and I think that bit I'd excel at. I think I could get someone to fall in love with me just from talking, and then they do the honeymoon phase where you actually go away together to some place like a resort. Most people do the do.
Yeah.
That's where they get the physical.
Check out, do the trial in store.
Do you know what I mean? Like small free subscription.
Mm-hmm.
And then they move into the real world. So phase 3 is then they move into the real world. So they live together in the real world.
Okay.
And then they get to meet like family and friends and stuff. And then at the end of that, they decide if they're gonna say I do at the altar.
Wow. Okay.
So even though they're engaged, once you get to the altar, you can easily be like, yeah, nah. After all that.
I think it's fair.
It is fair.
I think it's fair. I didn't realize they really went all the way though.
Yeah, they go all the way, and the marriage certificates are real. Everything is real.
I think it's a worthwhile thing, man.
I've really thought about it, but one of my friends was like, "But Dammy, imagine you've like met this fantastic guy, and he's proposed to you, and you're like, I'm in love, and then you get to that point where you meet each other for the first time, and he's butters.
What is wrong with that? This is my thing. What is wrong with that?
Are you sure?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I'm a shallow person.
Yeah, but guys
said it.
Guys are way less attractive than women. Like, more time if you're...
But you're going to say that because you're heterosexual. You're not gay. So you're not going to think... You're not going to think men are more attractive than women. You're always going to be biased on
it's not that. No, but even you, yeah? Think about your friends and think about how many of your female friends are, like, attractive. Not that you are attracted to them. Just that they're attractive, and then think of them.
You make a point, but again, I'm biased because girls have this thing where the longer we know someone,
the more attractive the
more we think our friends are pretty.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I just
we'll start seeing her personality and who she is, and then we're like, oh, she's so beautiful, but it might not translate to other people.
I don't know. I just think the scale of like a man being like attractive and being unattractive is far smaller than it is for women. I think like women, like the scale is far, like I think it's more diverse. Whereas I think more guys are like just average looking.
Are you saying that because of what women consider attractive to be? Which seems to be it seems to be quite narrow because it's normally tall, dark and handsome. Yeah. Typically.
Yeah. Of which not many men fit into the attractive category.
I hear it.
So that's why I'm just like...
My co-host said that there's not that many paintings out there.
I just think more men fit into average than women. Is that true?
I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of average girls out there.
I think there are. I think you're right.
Like, let me keep it a buck. Let me not. Because sometimes I come across really big-headed on here. I don't think I'm the creme de la creme. I would say I'm an average girl.
Okay.
Yeah? I'm not delusional. As much as people might think I am, I'm not delusional. But I think there's a lot of average girls that know how to finesse to make themselves look like they could be more.
Okay.
I think true beauty is when you strip everything and it's still like, oh wow.
Yeah.
There's not that many girls that are actually like that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like any girl that's peng, I never take them for the peng.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so where's your barefaced pictures? Like, where's...
And remember, especially online, everyone's face tuning and everything.
Doing the most.
And I take pride in, like, when I meet someone, let's say they've met me online or whatever, they jump to the DMs and then we've actually met in person. And there's no, you look different. It's, you look the same. I take pride in that. But because I don't face tune, I ain't got time for that. But some people, they face tune so much that they don't look the same. So, in the grand scheme of things, in terms of what we see in reality, can you really say that there's more pen girls than pen guys, or would you not say that it's more? I think it's more.
I think it's probably level.
I think it's on
probably
par.
Level.
Yeah.
But I think the kind of people who would put themselves forward for a show like that, you probably get more of the attractive girls or the upper.
Actually, I agree with you because when I look at Love Island, I always think the girls are always like, wow, and then the guys, there's always like, actually,
yeah, they're so.
It's all right. There's one or two that I'm like, he's paying. And then one. Yeah. Literally, the whole of Love Island history, I only think there was one guy that was like, wow.
Who was that? Oh, I thought so. I thought you were gonna say that. I was just checking.
Come on.
I was just checking.
Ovie, you see me, yo?
Wow.
We can never be friends. Because I'll be looking at you like,
I'm gonna get over you on the show, you know.
get him on the show. Get him on the show.
Ovie.
Because listen, baby, I don't think you understand.
I gotta see this.
Get him on the show. Get him on the show. But I would be all shy because
I'm gonna pull some strings and see
I
if
got
can
game
get
like, well, do I have game? I guess maybe I do. But no, we couldn't be friends because I'd definitely be like, a part of me would be like, nah, I want more.
And you like Ovie more than just the physical.
His persona, everything about him is like, oh yeah, that's my type. If I was gonna say I've got a type, he's the closest to it.
Okay.
From Love Island.
Yeah. Oh yeah, from Love specifically. From
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ovie, yeah.
Yeah.
If he asked me out on a date, I wouldn't say no.
I don't think most girls would say no.
I don't care about other girls.
Damn.
Dami Zayn would not say no. Yeah.
This is it. I feel like I've got a TV show in my head already. Like, Dami meets Ovie. Like,
oh my gosh, if he came on this podcast, oh my days. I don't even know how to act.
See?
And then you'll be like, is this the same girl?
I'm like,
is this Dami when she's pulling game? Okay, I see you.
And she's like giggling.
Honestly, I'd be like a little schoolgirl. I'd be like, oh my God.
I do actually love seeing girls go into that full like meltdown where they just all composure is lost.
I get shy. I'll be like, I start already. I mince my words. It'll just be a mess,
I gotta make it happen.
For your entertainment.
Yeah.
Nah,
for the viewers. The viewers really
done.
The viewers want to deep dive into Ovie's character, and they felt like Unpicked the best platform to deliver it.
Actually, it is.
And
we could just have casual, chilled conversation.
That's the actual
But just understand that this, like, larger than life personality will shrink down to size.
Damn.
Big time. Because I'll be like, oh my God. Yeah.
No way.
I would literally melt.
I don't think any woman would have that effect on me.
Apart from your wife.
Obviously. Yeah. Apart from my wife. Yeah. I don't think there's like the only time I've ever felt like I wasn't able to be myself. It was more that I was starstruck. It wasn't a fancy thing.
Okay.
I think I might have mentioned it before. It was Marsha Ambrosius from
Yeah.
And it wasn't even her.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh my God, is that Marsha from Flourish?
The only time where I've been in close proximity to a crush and fumbled was when I was in secondary school.
And who is it?
We've already spoken about who it is.
Oh.
You
sorry,
know,
I thought they were famous.
You know someone that knows someone.
Yeah, sorry.
I remember,
they were famous.
and he was in your year. And I was eating Skittles and he asked me for a Skittle. And I was like, and he laughed. And then he took the packet, took some Skittles and gave the packet back to me. And I was like, wow. He asked me for Skittles.
You still got the packet?
Yeah, I was like...
You framed it.
He was just ridiculously peng. And I was just like, what do I say to this guy? Yeah, fumbled.
I wish I knew this guy, you know. The way that me and him are so close.
Literally, it's crazy.
Never met. It's unreal.
Yeah.
I wish.
All my other crushes growing up, I ended up like befriending them.
I would have called him immediately though. I'd be like, yo, bro. I'm doing this thing here. You need to calm down.
No, but now and the thing is, he still looks the same.
Yeah,
he's just like a man now. Yeah, but obviously, to me he already looked like a man at that point because he was way older than me. So I was just like,
giving it away. Don't give it away.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Wow. See the rudeness I have to deal with, you know. She held like 3 A's on there. She's like way ordinary.
Do you know your birthday, recently? So Venom's just turned of another age. And when he was sending the invites, I was like, my insert age birthday, do you want to come? And I was like, rah!
Listen.
That's your age. But then I was deep in it on my way to like your birthday thing. I was like, should I be calling him bro? Like, because in our culture, I shouldn't be calling you by your name. The age gap between us is as such that I shouldn't actually...
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know our gap was actually that deep. I mean, you could call me Uncle Venom. It's fine.
I'm not gonna not uncle.
Oh,
but I'd call you like bro or cuz, but I wouldn't be allowed to call you by name. Yeah.
I'll take uncle though. It's fine.
No, not uncle, because you're not old enough for me to be calling you uncle. But it would be like cuz or bro.
Okay, I literally.
That's what you know when you hear like them like proper like Africans say things like, oh, brother so sister so. Literally, I'd have to call you brother Shea.
I'll take it.
Brother me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was deep in it. I was like, Ryan, every week, here's me finding a way
Just insulting.
Not insulting. Someone's got to bring the sauce to the show. So, like, it's entertainment. It's just for entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just for entertainment. Obviously, I highly respect you and all that. Get me? I'm not going to say too much. I don't want you had to grow too big.
Well.
Yeah, I was deep in it. But yeah, that's why I said way. Because even him, he is...
He's
You're the same age.
He's even my age. Or,
he's probably... No, he is your age.
Okay.
He must be.
I can't remember.
He must be.
I think he's my age or he's literally 1 year older.
Because when I was in year 7... Year 8, year 9... Yeah. So, yeah, I was like... And I used to... Like, when I used to go to the shops for my mum, I used to ride my bike round near the school, like round his area to see if I like on
Bump
weekends, to see if I was weak on my knees. Someone should have told me to stand up. But on that same thread, a girl posted some like her story in response as like a quote tweet, and she was saying how like she met her guy on Bumble, and then within a week they were together. How can someone quote tweet her and be like, yeah, that's all cool, but can you tell him to come and see his child, please? So them two started like replying to each other. Yeah. She's like, he's a deadbeat. And then she was like, you know, you could have just DM'd me privately. And then she goes, because there's a child, the girlfriend was like, because there's a child in the middle of this, that's not cool. And she was like, the child is fine. Just tell your man to make sure that he visits his child. And then do you know what's crazy? Another girl was like, yeah, because he's done this before. That means there's more than one kid. And then someone else goes, sis, I hear that you're trying to defend why she quote tweeted you to say what she had to say, why she didn't DM you and all that, but we want to know, as in the outsiders want to know, are you still going to date a deadbeat though?
Trying to celebrate online and then...
See what I say? The UK's bad vibes.
Bad vibes. Oh, man.
Because I agree with the girlfriend. That could have easily been a DM.
I mean,
that could have easily. That girl wanted to embarrass her. I mean, the guy's embarrassed her already. Especially I don't know if she knew that he had a child or not, children or not. And one thing about... Not that I'm the measure to all other women, but the way I see it is, if I'm going to date someone that's already got children, you need to be in your child's life.
Yeah.
Because if you're a deadbeat, if we have a child, what's the likelihood that... Yeah. So that matters to me. I care about that. So he's already embarrassed her by being, quote unquote, a deadbeat, yeah? But that girl could have just DM'd her and been like, listen, sis, I know you're celebrating your love, but I just want to let you know, the guy that you're with, this is what I've experienced. Being the mother of one of his kids, this is what I've experienced. And then they could have a conversation off the timeline. But the fact that this girl was like, you know, with the friend, they put pictures like of them and their man.
Yeah, no, that's why she looked at it and she's been like, oh, you talking about... Nah. I mean, it's tricky, man. It's tricky. It's tricky. Assuming that the accuser is you know what I mean, is an upstanding mother. Yeah. And not the reason of why he left, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So assuming she's just neutral and he's just a deadbeat. Yeah. I say, why not, man? I just say, why not? Because ain't no way. So remember a few weeks ago, there was something about if you owe me money, you better not be
Better not see you. Yeah.
When we're talking that.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a disservice to my child, I better not see you online.
Yeah, but don't you think it's bad vibes? Don't you think it's bad vibes to be like?
It's definitely bad vibes.
It's bad vibes because this is what I'm saying. The attitude of you better not be out there doing whatever. Cool. But to quote tweet, and be like, yeah, I hear all of that, but
yeah, because
he needs to come and see his child.
At the same time, that's your legacy, man.
You see how some people will really embarrass you. See how some men will really embarrass you.
You know? And I don't think it's embarrassing to her. There ain't nothing wrong with her going on Tinder, Bumble, finding someone, having a good connection, and wanting to celebrate that. That's all admirable, and I don't think anyone looking at that is looking at her like, shame on you.
No.
You know what I mean?
But I went live, so if that happened to me, I'd be like...
you'd be embarrassed.
I would delete the tweet.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the tweet's gotta go.
But you know when they when they quote a tweet, if it's deleted...
No, it will just say, this tweet has been deleted.
Oh, okay.
So they'll know, she felt the shame, she took it down. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she needed it.
It's not something to be... Like, obviously, the whole point is for you to celebrate this relationship that you have. So you're talking about it like it's like...
Like it's starting. Yeah.
And then someone's like, oh, yeah, all of that. But I would delete that tweet. I would delete that tweet. I'd be like, right, come and see how you come and see how you embarrassed me on Twitter.
But I think she needed to know, innit?
Oh yeah, she needed to know.
And I don't think the DMs necessarily would have given her the potency that the timeline gave. I think it's now that other people piling in to let you know this is not a one time.
It's the fact that someone was like, yeah, but are you still gonna date the deadbeat though?
Hey. They said, as this narrative has progressed,
since we now know that your boyfriend is useless,
can we just get the conclusion?
Like, what did you conclude on? Yeah.
Which is facts. I think it's facts. Yeah, you have to know that there's consequences to your actions, man. You can't just be out here doing the most.
There's definitely consequences
and expecting no one to have anything to
say.
I just
think that girls are ruthless, man.
Rightly so.
Girls are
You haven't got anything to worry about if you haven't got anything to worry about. Do you know what I mean?
Tell the man them.
That's what it is, man.
Tell the man them.
It's that one that you sent me. I can't remember his name. The Nigerian guy. He's bald. He has a beard. It's like I'm describing myself. And he's on TikTok and Reels. Sometimes he'll talk in Yoruba. Sometimes he'll mix it up, do small, and he just does he just talks about random things, but he's entertaining. You sent him. I think he was on 90s Babies podcast, but he was the guest.
Charlie Mace.
There you go.
Yeah.
So he was saying about the man them act normal.
He was saying what I was trying to convey last week, because he was saying, is that the one when he was like, oh, I've got sisters and guys don't give a heck about how girls feel about stuff. They just be doing whatever. Yeah. And then when they get a daughter now all of a sudden, they're like, oh, yeah, I gotta be respectful to women. And it's like, no, it's too late. You've already contributed to the mesop that these girls have experienced. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Guys I don't think that most guys take into consideration.
They don't.
Or take accountability for their part in
they don't.
What is playing out.
Even I didn't.
Yeah, until it's like, oh, now I've got a wife, or now I've got a daughter, or
now I have a sister.
I was still young. Yeah.
Because there's such an age gap between us, it was a perfect timing for me to not do too much damage.
Yeah.
Whereas most people, they won't have a new sibling at that point.
Yeah.
So then it is all the way until you get a daughter.
Yeah.
I had a sibling and I was like, oh.
Oh, how? What's the age gap between you and your sister?
Oh, it's like 13 years.
Yeah, between me and my brother, it's 11 years. But it's weird because he always says that he respects women because of his older sisters. So I don't even think it matters if it's younger, older.
You just need somebody.
If you have sisters in your house, I think it impacts how you look at how you treat women.
Yeah, and very importantly, in your house.
In your house.
Because I had cousins not that far away from my age. But
because you'll have friends and you'll have cousins,
respect them,
but you don't watch them.
I don't see them every day.
Yeah, you're not seeing the impact. You're not seeing how other guys are.
Yeah.
Because my brother's first hand seeing how stuff has impacted me. So now he's like, I mean, I'm sure he would still have his
do his thing,
toxic thing.
Consciously,
he'll be like, okay, now I'm actually, my villain error, or whatever he decides to do. But yeah, it's true, boy. How do you feel about this AI stuff?
I've been enjoying. You know me, I'm the nerdy boy that likes all the press buttons. Clink,
Yeah,
clonk, clonk.
you're. I mean, yeah. Let me plug my bestie. He's a producer. Yeah, multi-talented. Man can sing.
Hey,
man can dance.
Hey. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know about the dancing anymore.
I mean, with the college production, he can still dance, and he can I said sing, dance, write music.
I can write music. I can rap. I can DJ.
Rap. You can DJ.
I can do all the
things.
things.
Did I miss anything? Sing, dance, rap, DJ, produce.
Well, I need to add more stuff to the list.
There's bare things you can do musically. Bare things, yeah. And so I imagine that this whole AI, the AI space and being able to like produce music and like have so-called collabos with artists would work in your favor, actually.
Fully.
But I've heard quite a few of them. Yeah. And some of them are like in my mind. Yeah. What's the funniest one you've heard so far?
No, there's only one funny one. The rest of them are just either good or bad. There's only one funny
Which
one. Which is Drake. There's only one funny one. And it's hilarious.
It doesn't even sound like him.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't sound anything like him.
And it sounds like him so much to the point he actually replied. So he's obviously
he put on his story something like
this is the last. He said
this is the last straw AI.
This
is the last straw. I really enjoyed the Rihanna one. The ones where they've like
the Rihanna ones were dope.
The Rihanna ones are really dope. And when Kanye, they did one with Kanye and Justin Bieber.
Yep. So Kanye was the first. The first of all the waves was just like a montage of
Kanye's tracks. Yeah.
They were hot. I've heard some Kendrick ones now.
Okay.
I've actually found out a way I can do it, but it's a bit convoluted. I want it simplified. But I think it's amazing though.
I think it is amazing, but I think it's scary. Like AI, there's so much AI can do. There's so much potential, and I think it's very, very scary. And the reason why I feel like AI is not gonna go as far as people think it would, because I feel like some of the big corporations will shut it down.
Well, they're gonna try.
Because they've already trying to do it with the music. They're like, it's not fair on the artists. Because people could just drop them on their track and they never.
Yeah, they've never even.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
but it's a tricky one, because to put it into law is like saying, right, that's gonna come under the image and likeness part of where these labels own these people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Except someone's vocal likeness. Like, how do you police that?
Well, if it's like if I guess
if I never say it's Kanye
from a legal standpoint, I guess the way that they can tackle it is if to the layman they can identify or associate that voice with a particular person, then it's too alike.
But
if my eyes were closed and they played me the Rihanna one, and that's Rihanna, and it wasn't, then that's enough to prove.
But what about people who actually sound naturally like other people?
I've never heard another person that sounds like Rihanna. I've never heard of somebody else that sounds like Kanye or sounds like Drake. Like, they might have the same sound, like the OVO sound, the same, pronounce things a certain type of way, but I've not heard another exact.
But even the AI is not exact.
I mean, it's not.
It just pulls on, the commonalities.
You make a good point about that, actually.
Do you know what I mean? Because like,
there's loads of people out there that do like tributes.
Tribute acts or
impersonators.
There was a guy called Black Rob, who didn't really blow up properly, but essentially he started to blow up. He sounded exactly like Biggie Smalls, like exactly.
I think I remember that guy. But the thing is, if you pick. Impersonators technically.
Oh, sorry. I said Black Rob. It's not Black Rob. Black Rob is the P. Diddy guy. No. His name was Gorilla Black, I think.
I just remember there was some guy that sounded like...
Gorilla,
I know his name.
Gorilla Black, I think it was.
What I'm thinking, as you're saying it, you make a good point, because bringing up impersonators, they make money.
Yeah, they
impersonate
and they
other
don't pay
people.
anybody.
And they don't pay... Well, I'm sure there must be some copyright. No?
Because they're doing live performances, not like selling digital.
There you go. So you've answered the question then. If people are using the AI to do digital selling stuff, putting it on Spotify.
Like if you're not saying it's Kanye, like what if it's just me, then this at the end of my track you hear a verse sounds like Kanye, but ain't Kanye.
But if people, that's what I'm saying. If people can hear it and be like, "Oh, is that Kanye?" That's enough for them to be like, "You're trying to impersonate Kanye and make profit off of it from a digital standpoint." That's why they're trying to do it.
I know.
So
it's in their interest, because if they don't put anything legally down, then there's just gonna be 1,000 new Drake tracks tomorrow, 1,000 new Kanye tracks, Icebreaker, because the technology to clone someone's voice is easy.
The funny thing is, I would 100% become an artist tomorrow if I could clone these people's voices.
What would you do? What would be your first?
I would probably. Who would I take? Maybe Jasmine Sullivan. I'll just take her voice.
Yeah, but it's the quality, not the actual voice. So if you would take her voice, you still have to then do all of her runs.
It's alright. I'll do the runs pitch perfect.
That you, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get a demo.
No.
Just a pre-demo, because I can do the AI thing. I already know that the know-how. I could make that happen potentially.
I'll make the.
I'm not scared.
Yeah, all of that.
No, give me some.
No, I'm not doing it. Trying to put me on the spot. Or I'll do Riri, because that's easy.
Nah, go back to Jasmine Sullivan.
Someone said that J-Lo is kicking herself when they heard the Riri.
Because
they did Riri Cuff It, right? Is it Cuff It?
Yeah, they did Riri Cuff It.
Yeah. Someone was like, J-Lo's kicking herself. Because if she'd known this was here the whole time, her whole career would have been different.
Damn. Not the whole career.
Not even just the Whitney performance.
Not the whole career.
Because
I'm a J-Lo artist fan.
I love J-Lo, but it's not for her vocals. Deep it.
I don't know what.
Is it for her vocals? Or is it because the song's catchy?
I like the songs.
Yeah, not because of her vocals. That's how I feel about Riri, to be fair. But Riri can sing, but I don't love Riri because of her voice. I love Riri because
I like it because of her voice
and her vibe.
I like her pronunciation. Like, it's different. I like
because of the Bayesian. Yeah, the Barbasian. Yeah. But do you know what's funny? Like, it's not in line, but kind of. Every time I hear the number 21, I hear 21. I hear it in Drake's voice. Yeah. In my head, when I read 21, or I hear 21, or someone says 21, yeah.
Yeah? That you, yeah?
Do that again. That was tea.
I'm a baddie. Listen, on a Saturday, after the camera's cut and man needs to make that extra cash.
He said, extra cash? So one of our listeners / watchers, big up Shireen. I was going to say Charlene, imagine.
Added it.
Shireen. Took us back. She hit us up in the DMs on Instagram whilst we were on a break, and she brought up that conversation where you said you would go to see
Mr. Cosby,
when he comes out of prison, and I said that I would never put money towards her, and then obviously
and then we had a viral clip because
did I tell? Do you know that apparently that clip went viral on Twitter, but I never knew. Because I was on a Twitter hiatus.
Yeah.
And then when I came back to Twitter, my friends were like, Dammy, do you know that clip did the rounds for a whole day? People were talking about it. And I was like, wow, why didn't none of you tell me? I would have been in there real quick. But I'm glad they didn't tell me, because I would have seen stuff and it would have been...
You got sucked in and yeah.
But anyway, so I brought that up because Shireen was like, there's a documentary on BBC called...
We need to speak about Cosby.
That's it.
Something like that.
We need to talk about Cosby. And she asked us to watch it. It's a 4-part docuseries, about an hour each. Yep. And it follows his career and how his rise and fall, so to speak, of his career. And we were meant to get into it earlier, but we thought, you know what, now that we remembered, we'll get into it. And I wanted to let you know, Shireen, we did watch it. We watched it.
All 4 parts.
All 4 parts. What did you think?
I really enjoyed it. It put me in a very conflicting place, but just my overview of the docuseries, I thought it was very fair
Yeah.
Not too biased. I did feel it got a bit biased, but not too biased.
Yeah.
And it was just a good account of like everything Cosby, not just allegations and
Yeah.
you know, it was a very it
Like I
told me
said,
a lot of
rise
stuff
and
I didn't
fall.
know.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, exactly.
Which is why I found it conflicting.
Right.
What were your
The same. So especially about his early career and his impact in like for example, I didn't know he was like the first black comedian
like on the circuit
Mm-hmm. Like performing to Caucasian people, and I also didn't know that he was in a lot of movies. I didn't know he was acting like that before. I didn't know that I didn't know the impact he had on the black community.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that he was considered as America's dad.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's just, there's a lot.
And it's crazy because at the time when the Bill Cosby show was around, I mean, I caught the tail end of it. Yeah, in the 90s, I caught the tail end of that. And I never really used to watch it. Like, I remember it used to come on TV and I'm like, okay, I'd watch it. But side point, I didn't like the fact, I mean, I love the fact that they were portraying the black family in a certain type of way, but I didn't like the respectability politics.
Okay, yeah, which was a different,
so I'm more into things like watching My Wife and Kids, for example, because there's still a little bit of respectability politics in there, but it's not in your face.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I'm more that era, right? But yeah, there was a lot about his career that I just had no clue about, and I just felt like, what a shame. The other thing that I thought of whilst watching it in general was a lot of the women that they showed in the docuseries were white women.
Yeah.
And it made me think, did they do that for effect?
Okay.
So there was two parts. It was either, okay, this could easily be seen as the white community are trying to bring a black man down because there's a black man in a high position. There's a black man he's got a legacy, a very good legacy at that.
Yeah.
And so now they're trying to bring him down. How much of this is believable? And I never ever doubt victims.
Yeah.
But a part of me, like every time someone else was coming on the screen to say their story, I was like, oh, it's a white woman, it's a white woman. So I was like, but put that aside. But the other thing was, okay, did they? Because when they started showing, like they did a compilation of the
63,
right?
yeah,
and some of them were black.
Yeah.
But they only showed really
the white women.
And there was one lady who I think was of mixed heritage.
Yeah.
But she looked racially
she was very white looking.
Yeah. So I thought, oh, did they do that for effect to make him, to villainize him more, or did they push those stories forward to make it more of a believable thing that he did this thing? Because we all know that when black women speak, they don't listen. But when white women speak, there's still some doubt, but they're more likely to listen to the allegation. So that was the biggest thing that shone to me. First, his career, I had no clue.
Yeah.
And the second thing was, white women. Interesting.
The white women part was definitely important to me because without trying to minimize their experience at all, immediately, that was the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's not even an exaggeration to think 63 white women. How much does it cost to pay those people to portray a certain story in order to take down a man who's worth that much and has that much power?
Yeah.
Very
has done that much.
Yeah. Like, so I didn't want to, but that's immediately what I went to. And in the documentary, they did speak to the fact that I think they said a third of his victims were supposedly black women. But obviously, whoever was in the documentary is just people who were happy to talk.
Yeah.
So if the people didn't want to talk, fair enough. But that was definitely, I didn't want to believe it.
This is the thing. So I remember it, like in that episode that Shireen's probably talking about, I spoke about the fact that when you like someone so much, you don't want to believe that they're bad. Like recently, I was scrolling through TikTok, mind my business, and then a TikTok video came up, and this guy was talking about how Drake is dodgy and how he befriends like teenage girls. Like he befriended, like he dated SZA when she was a teenager. He's a grown man.
Oh, okay.
Or like
L from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
11, sorry.
Billie
Billie
Eilish. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and stuff. So people were like questioning that
What
relationship
one?
that he's having with these people. Whether it's romantic or not, they were questioning that. What's a grown man doing, like texting and having like friendships with young women? And straight away I was like, I don't want to believe that it's Drake. But then I had to be like, but if it's true, it's true. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I get that because that's your guy.
It's my babes.
And even though I'm like not a Drake stan, on the one hand I think, oh yeah, and on the other hand I'm like, it's not weird because these are all famous women, and it's in his best interest to be cool with them because that's their fan base that he's attached to. You know what I mean? They're not like just young women. They're not normal people, and we try to play them off like they're normal. Absolutely nothing normal about Billie Eilish. Absolutely nothing normal about the girl that plays 11 in Stranger Things.
Nothing.
These people are mega famous and they have massive followings.
Yeah.
So, if as a brand, if me just maintaining a relationship with them is worth 100k, 200k, or just good press, I'm gonna do it as a grown ass man. Hey Billy, how you doing? All good.
But then,
love the new album.
But then mirroring or reflecting on Bill Cosby's story, yeah, some of these the earlier women anyway, were like the women that were in Playboy or that kind of thing. So these women, especially if they were in the magazine, for example, or even in the Playboy mansion or the Playboy club, they were mixing with elite people.
Yeah.
And so they would have been considered as not the average normal girl.
Yeah.
And then even the women who were acting with him, so like the women that they would bring on his shows and stuff like that, and he would so again, they're not normal average women.
Yeah.
So if in terms of in context to that time, it's kind of similar.
It's kind of similar.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just going back to like not wanting to believe it, I think if I'm so removed from Bill Cosby's legacy.
Yeah, same.
Because I didn't really know about it.
Like I'm not for Bill Cosby like you are for Drake, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's not the same.
Yeah.
But
right. So for me, when I heard the story, I was like, well, yeah, like I don't care. I didn't care for it. Kelly, I cared for it.
Yeah.
Because he's someone that I, rate.
You know this person.
I know his work proper. So like with Bill, I didn't really care for it. Like the story didn't move me. I was just like, okay, throw him in prison. Okay, fine. So for me, it was neither here or there as to whether I believed him or not. But if I had known the stuff that I found out in the docuseries, and if I had followed his career and was invested, then there's a chance that I would have gone down the line of these are all white women.
Yeah.
And I think it's very easy to do, especially when you're thinking from our culture.
Yeah.
What we've been through. It's very easy for us to do that. Unfortunately, because it's not good. I don't think it's a good way.
It doesn't help.
Because these women, because we don't know the truth, these women might have actually genuinely gone through it.
No, of course, yeah.
And so the fact that we're questioning them because of their race and because of what we've dealt with,
it's based on what has been handed to us from history.
I know, but it's not. It's not. And
it's not
again,
helpful.
You're a guy, so maybe it's slightly different for you. But as a woman, these sort of allegations are huge. It's not good for me. I feel like as a woman, I shouldn't be questioning the validity of what these women are saying. Because as a woman, I should just believe them. That's just.
Well, that's the
girl.
hope.
That's the girl code.
Yeah.
Like, you just have.
But
to
only black girls play by the girl code.
I don't think black girls play by the girl code at all. Actually, I think it's fake. If black girls played by the girl code, we wouldn't be tearing each other down online, calling each other picnics.
Oh well.
You wouldn't have black women going to another black woman going, "Oh yeah, that's all lovely, honky dory, but you and your man, that's lovely, but tell your deadbeat, tell him that." We wouldn't be doing that. We'd be protecting each other. And truly supporting each other. It wouldn't be like this bully gang of if you don't do what we do.
But that's normal. You know what I realize as well though? That is also normal because there's always like a popular belief system or popular thing, and anyone that doesn't conform, you get
it's
attacked.
like, yeah.
So that's always happened well.
I hear that, but I don't think guys do it like that. I don't think guys do that.
No.
That's what I'm saying. The girl code does not exist.
But how it operates in male spaces is different. It does happen. You do get ostracized, but it's just in a different way.
Fair enough, but that whole black women I don't think they get black women stick to the girl code. I think they pick and choose what parts they want to
apply. Yeah.
And again, I feel like online, let me say, not in real life, not as violently in real life, but online, I feel like Black women don't actually, we're not a solidified community at all. We don't support each other at all. It's all fake. The only time there's support is if we're all singing from the same hymn sheet of, oh yeah, guys are, you know.
Yeah, men are trash.
Forget men. They're all useless. They're all this. They're all that. They're all misogynists. They're all incels. Then yeah, we'll support. But the moment you veer off from that, nah, there's no support.
No, I've definitely witnessed that. But
just staying on topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, so this is what I wanted to ask you, which I'm preempting Shireen might want to know too, right? Now that you've seen this documentary,
yeah,
would you go to?
We got there. We got there.
When he comes out and he does a show, would you still buy tickets as well? Why?
So there was a lot of things in this documentary.
A lot.
Yeah. His legacy is incredible. If you're talking, in fact, all of it, including the bad. This is an incredible journey for one human being.
Yeah.
And where when the accusations came up, he was trying to escape them, not speaking about it. You saw the interview where he made sure that he didn't answer and then told the person, make sure this doesn't end up in the edit. Now everybody knows. So only now do we get to the point of actually having the conversation. Like he cannot step on stage anywhere and ignore this.
No.
And I need to hear it. So I'm not going to go out of my way. But if he's like, oh, Bill Cosby is going to be performing at Hackney Empire, tickets are affordable, like not ridiculous. I want to see from the horse's mouth, what are you going to say about this, bruv? Because I'm not going to pretend like he has not done incredible things for Black artists in that TV space, in that comedian space, whatever. He has I feel like even if it wasn't for him post this, there wouldn't even be a Barack Obama. Like, he has paved the way for loads of different lanes that Black people have stepped into. So just for the clarity of my mind, I just want to, you've made mistakes. I want to hear what you have to say for it. Are you even ashamed? Are you embarrassed?
Okay.
Are you I just want to see what you have to say.
Yeah, so you just want to hear his narrative.
Yeah,
post.
which is what I always wanted to hear, but now even more so now that I actually know.
I didn't care for him before, not because he's not talented or anything like that, but it's just not.
It's just not you're not in the catchment of when he did
really,
what he did.
Yeah. And so my opinion doesn't change on that. I do think he did it.
Yeah. Based on the deposition, based on the reason why he's not in jail, is why I think, because those are supposedly his words. It's tricky to know what's true with regards to the deposition that they used to put him in jail, which is his own words, because legally you cannot do that. So it's like, so is it real and they did use it and that's why, or is it?
I think the reason why I think it is real that he did do it, irrespective of what they used to throw him in jail.
Yeah.
Because hopefully we all know that the legal system in America is pants.
It's wild.
And a lot of the time, it's not even down to did you do it or not. It's down to what can we pin this on this person, yes or no? That's what it's about.
Yeah.
But based on the information that was presented, because I think that the host or the guy that created the whole docuseries did a very good job of being removed from the whole situation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it was a biased.
Yeah, not from his point, just from certain things that people were saying on there.
I think obviously he interviewed key people that were close to him and they said what they wanted to say.
Yeah.
I think some people would have said, a lot of people in the beginning, like the first episode, they were like, we don't want to talk about it, we don't want to get involved. So a lot of people just didn't want to. And I think obviously if you're in the limelight, you might not want to get involved because you don't want the smoke. Right? So it's better to just be silent. So I get that. But I think his style of the interview wasn't a biased style. The questions he was asking and stuff was very open, very, you can tell that even the person that put the docuseries together, I forget his name, he rates Bill Cosby. He just wanted to get to the bottom of what do these people think about Bill Cosby. So I say all of that to say that it's not like, when like BBC, for example, if they ever did like a panorama or something, it will always be biased based on like the person that is or the producers or whatever they're trying to convey. So I think that it was quite a balanced style of interviewing of, not account per se, but of the interview itself, and the, you know, even down to like spending like half of the time showing his legacy and not trying to paint him as like a villain from the get-go.
Yeah.
Show that there was good parts to him. The vibe was he lived a double life. He had the life in front of the camera, and then he had this secret dark life, which most people have a secret something about them. Maybe not as bad as that.
Yeah.
But there's stuff that people don't, you know, everyone's got something about them. So that's the vibe I got. But the reason why I believe it is because I don't think Bill Cosby himself deeps the
damage,
severity of what he did. I think he just saw it as, oh yeah, if I want to sleep with someone, it's easy just to make it more, make them more palpable.
Yeah.
Because he spoke about
it. He spoke about it many different times,
a lot.
In different ways.
And I don't think he saw it as like, oh, I'm like doing
breaking
something.
the law.
I think he just saw it as, this is something that people used to do back in that time, and he just carried on doing it.
So,
and I know that sounds like I'm almost like giving him
I think that's
benefit of the doubt and making him
is.
sound like, oh, he was none the wiser. And no, I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just saying that it's believable that he did it, because to him it's nothing serious. It's just,
I agree.
Yeah.
But the other part that sort of threw me a little bit, it's not hindsight.
Yeah.
But you know, there was like almost two different accounts, right? There was like the accounts of people saying he put something in my drink, he gave me a drink that was laced with something, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And there was also the other people who were like, he offered me pills and a drink.
Yeah.
And that to me was also presenting itself as the more likely, at least in some capacity, the more likely approach. Because he was saying stuff about, you know, the Spanish fly and how everybody likes to have a little drink and a little something.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, America, back in the day, even now, people be popping pills anyhow. You can be offering people become offering you don't even know them. Can I imagine people willingly taking pills with Bill Cosby? Yes.
Yeah.
And then being unhappy with the outcome. I'm like, where does the accountability lie? Not that I'm saying that you can take pills with someone and then you must be susceptible to being raped by them. Of course not. But are you not responsible for taking drugs? Like, it's already drugs.
I think, bearing in mind the time that this happened, so especially the earlier ones, it was a time when Black people were very segregated to white people. It was a time when Black people were on TV, they were portrayed in a certain type of way.
Yeah.
So everybody had a certain, not to say that nowadays people don't think that Black people are scary and aggressive subconsciously, but back then it wasn't subconscious. It was Black men are scary.
Yeah.
Right? And the narrative they used to paint about Black men back then were, they're rapists, they're trying to steal our women, they're, you know, they're beastly, they're monsters. So with that in mind, remember white women back then. I think it's very easy for them to, because a lot of the stories, it was like, oh, he was aggressive about it. They were scared of him. He was like, it wasn't a suggestion. Oh, do you want some pills? It was, you have to have these pills. That's the narrative, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's very believable that these women genuinely believe that this guy had lived, like, pretended to be nice, but in reality, he's not a nice person because he's a Black man. And therefore, when he's offered them these pills, they feel like...
They're like, oh, yeah, I can't say no.
I can't say no, I got to. Because that's how they painted the story.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that...
I'm
not trying to reduce their experience, because they still feel that way. The reasons why they feel that way, not that I agree with it,
might be...
And it was wrong for the media and everyone to treat Black people like that. But that's how they thought because of
That's what history. I'm thinking.
So... it's believable that I get why they won't take accountability for it.
Yeah, because maybe you didn't want to have, ultimately, you didn't want to have sex with, because
you didn't want to have the pills, but you felt because back then that's how Black people were portrayed or whatever, you believed that this man is only nice when the cameras are on. In real life, he's a monster, and you know the way he approached me, and it's very easy for that to happen. Like sometimes, as a woman, when I'm around white men, I automatically assume that they think less of me because it's a white guy. But that's because we're told every day that white men think they're the creme de la creme. Everyone lives in line with what the white man wants, whatever. Until I meet a white guy that's actually down to earth, and he's like, no, actually, I don't feel that way. And then I'm like, oh, shocked. It's the unconscious bias, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that it's difficult for me to say that they should take accountability for what they did then.
Yeah, because everyone's remembering it different as well.
We're looking at it from time has moved on, times are different now. But back then, if you think about it in the context of the time, yeah, I can see why to them he was horrible to them. They were the victim. Obviously now, and again, trauma is in such a way that even if you know logically that might not have been true, how you felt about black people might not have been true. When you go back to the traumatic event, it puts you right back to how you felt at that time. So when they're relating the story again,
they're not relating
it in context of time has moved on. We know that not all black men are rapists, not all black men are monsters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's just, man, I think it's too, I don't know, man. It just feels
hard,
too, and I'm not saying that he's not done wrong.
No, 100% he's done wrong.
He's definitely illustrated that in that deposition, those words that were recalled where he said, he didn't notice anyone expressing that they didn't want to. That whole grey area lets you know that he was in positions that he should not have been in.
Yeah,
he had done things that he should not have done. But when it comes to the accountability piece, I feel like a lot of people have just removed themselves instead of being cool.
I think that when it comes to, sorry to cut you off.
It's all right.
But I think when it comes to things like assault, especially of a sexual nature, I feel like that happens irrespective of who it was. Do you get it?
What happens?
So what I'm trying to say is because we live in a time now where the little voices are now the loudest, and we've glorified that because we feel that because they were the little voice, we shouldn't criticize how they express themselves.
Yeah.
And we should let them have their freeze because they were restricted. So if there's a victim now, remember you were saying earlier, just not too long ago, that if you veer off from the status quo, then you're ostracized. The status quo now is the victim is the victim. We don't question the victim. If you're the one questioning the victim, you're the monster. So I hear what you're saying about the accountability part, but we live in a time now where if you are a victim,
that's it.
You're the victim. There's no, the victim could have, should have, could have, would have. No. That's the victim, and nothing should have happened to them. And I think because personally, I think it's very, again, and I'm looking into myself. When I watched it, I saw these are all white women. I did what you're talking about, and I was like, yeah, but sis, you took the thing. You're like,
yeah,
you went with him. You thought it was because they thought,
maybe it's my upbringing.
But at the same time, I've had to be like, yeah, but I mean, this person, like, they've been through what they've been through. Am I really victim shaming?
That's the thing. I don't think I'm victim blaming because I'm trying to be as rational and fair as possible.
The fairest thing was that he shouldn't have done what he
shouldn't have done anything
at all.
But where my brain goes is, okay, we're in a scenario. There's drugs. This is not like a scenario I've not been in before, if you know what I mean, like in my life. So I'm like, okay. And then I've got my mom's there, my dad's in my head.
Yeah.
Someone's like, oh, yeah, you want to do drugs? And then, Mum, what are you thinking? Dad? Okay, no, thank you.
Yeah, but again, it's
I'll have some of my drink.
But
no, thank
you.
You.
The thing is, this is another thing. I personally struggle to put myself in their shoes because the way that I've been brought up and the time that I've been brought up has to be taken into account. Hence why I said you've got to remember the time at which this was really happening. You know, maybe like nearer to, even in the 90s, like the Me Too movement is very 2000-esque.
Yeah.
It's very recent. That's why all these old cats are getting dragged now.
Yeah, they're getting dragged,
In the 90s when R. Kelly was prevalent, nobody was... Because the mindset then wasn't...
Yeah, it wasn't to do that.
I mean, it wasn't until the Me Too movement came out that some women found out that they had even been assaulted. Like, I mean, apart from the time, that story I've said before about getting on the bus and the guy slapped my bum, I can't say that a guy... Oh, no, there was another time in uni when a guy tried to force himself on me. He was drunk. Outside of those two scenarios, I wouldn't say that I'm a victim of like anything majorly abusive, if that makes sense. Yeah. But when the Me Too movement came out and it was like, oh yeah, guys sending you unsolicited dick pics, or a guy like you're chilling with a guy alone and he just whips it out, that's abuse. Or a guy just not taking no for an answer, or like in a relationship when you're saying to your man you're tired and he's like pushing it and you just give in and you just let him do it just for the sake of it, not realizing that all of that is actually abuse. It's all it's assault, right? And you don't realize it until a lot of women didn't realize that.
Re-education.
Then it's like, raw, I've actually experienced that. Oh, do you know what I mean? So you have to think about these things in the context of the time and what people dealt with and thought about at that time and the historical, you know. And I know that this tends to be my argument with most things, but it's important that you put it is in context. So in context, I think that, again, I don't think they would have been thinking, oh, should I be taking drugs or not? Most of these women were in the industry where that was normal. So it wasn't deemed as good or bad. It was just deemed as like smoking cigarettes. It was not, do you know what I mean? It was not that deep.
Yeah.
And on top of that, given the fact that 2/3 of the victims were white women, they looked at black men as a certain type of way, if that makes sense. The black women, I don't know if they were like true, like not true black, I shouldn't say that, but
you mean dark skin,
like black throughout their whole ancestry, or if they were of mixed heritage. We don't know.
Yeah, because the only 2 women that I can recall from that
mixed heritage.
Yeah.
And we don't know if
they
were.
There wasn't no one spoke that was like
just black.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, I don't know what their upbringing was, what environment they lived in, and things like that. And let's not forget that the reason why black men are trash is a thing now is because for a very long time, even within the black community, black men have not been portrayed in a certain type of way. In the 90s, I mean, a lot of our parents and generation, a lot of them were bringing up children on their own because the black men weren't around and all that stuff. You know, you've got to really think about the context. So yeah, I feel like I hear what you're saying. Like, looking at it from our perspective, from the kind of life we've had in today's age, there's no way, I don't care who you are, Drake cannot be like, Dammy, take some pills. I'm like, baby, if I want to sleep with you, I'm sleeping with you because I want to, not because you're giving me drugs. Do you know what I mean?
I do like how that lady articulated it, though. The, what's she called? The sex therapist?
Yeah.
And she said, she expressed that it may be a kink of his, so it's not necessarily that he was using that. Bearing in mind he had a wife,
yeah,
he actually had access to sex.
Exactly.
So she expressed that it was probably a kink.
I think it probably was a kink, and again, like I said, I don't think he saw it as I'm actually abusing these women. I think he just saw it as it's part of my kink, it's part of what I enjoy, it's part of what I like. The dangerous thing, though, is that's what it tends to be. When you hear of people like, for example, taking it to extreme, necrophiliacs.
Yeah.
They have a kink. Is it not a kink?
I don't know if that's a kink, boy. That's a problem.
But it's a kink. To us, it's a problem.
Nah, it's a problem.
It's a problem to us. But to them, that's their kink. To them, that's their kink. That's a kink.
Yeah.
Some like serial rapists, that's their kink.
Yeah, again, another problem.
But it's a problem. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
exactly what I'm saying. So to him, it might have been a kink, but it's a problematic kink.
Oh, that's a problem. It's a problem.
It's a big problematic kink to have.
But again, I think it's in that time, how do you navigate being able to do that consenting?
I think Bill Cosby started off with it, when he first started doing it. I don't think he was doing it because he did it
maliciously.
He wasn't doing it. Yeah, he wasn't doing it from a place of I'm powerful and I can. No, because he was a young cat trying to make a stage for himself in a society where black people were segregated and their thing was like in the back there. He was now mixing with like, and I think when he started to get the accolades from white people and he was becoming a bigger name and whatever, then it became pompous about it. Like, nah, this is what I can do. And so I think in the start it was more, this is just something I like to do. It wasn't doing it from a position of power, but then as he became more powerful, it became I'm using my power to facilitate this thing I like to do. Yeah.
It was a tricky one.
Crazy, but
it was very tricky.
We wanted to talk about it for our family, them Shireen, and hopefully we did it justice. speaking about it, and hopefully you heard our perception or our opinions on the matter. If you haven't seen this documentary, it is on BBC iPlayer.
Indeed.
Yeah, so yeah, guys.
And it's a good watch. It
was actually really good.
A very fair account of what happened. It feels,
I learned a lot.
It feels more like an educational piece than like a lambasting of Bill Cosby. And I enjoyed it because it gave me a whole load of insight and created conflict where I didn't know there would be internal conflicts for myself.
Yeah.
Because the man is a legend.
It's funny because now, for me, I knew he was a legend, but now I actually appreciate, it's crazy. Now I appreciate him as a legend because he did what he did, and I believe those women. But the same way that he did what he did and I believe those women, he did what he did in his space, and he still deserves those accolades as that person. And this goes to anyone in the industry. Yeah, R. Kelly is still one of the greatest R&B singers of all time.
Yep.
One of the best producers, songwriters, vocalists of all time. But I just don't like him anymore. Yeah. Because I can't rate him but he still has that talent, and he still did what he did in terms of his career. You know? I just can't separate the art from.
Yeah, you know what? And that was the actual question, was can you separate that art from the artist?
With Bill Cosby, I can't. I rate him, but I can't.
With Bill Cosby, funnily enough, it doesn't impact me the way R. Kelly's does. I feel like maybe it's because R. Kelly's literally singing about things that are so interwoven almost with what he was doing.
No, but when you listen to, they did play on the docuseries, like, they played some of Bill Cosby's old vinyls, and he was talking about it in the vinyls.
Yeah, definitely.
And stuff, all his interviews, he's talking about it. But I think, for me, the reason why R. Kelly is different is because when it comes to leisurely things that I enjoy, music is more my vice than comedy.
Yeah.
So comedy, I can take it or leave it, but music, it's hard for me. I can listen to music every single day, you know, and so if a musician that I rate is crazy, that's harder for me to like get my head around. Than a comedian, because I don't really care for it. Basically. Yeah, that's what it is for me. I love watching
comedians.
I do love comedy, but I don't like. I mean, we've spoken about. Damn, how can you think come out of my head like that?
Comedian?
Yeah, one of the best.
Oh, you made me forget him now. Dave Chappelle.
Thank you, Dave Chappelle. I love Dave Chappelle. Go to his shows and everything. Kevin Hart. I've been to Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I've been to. Yeah.
Like, I do appreciate comedy. Don't get me wrong, but comedy, Bill Cosby, or comedy or music.
They're different. They're different
in terms of where I rate it in my life. Yeah. So.
But for me, Bill Cosby sits as a family figure. Like, he's the dad of the Cosby family. Yeah. But that's how I know him. That's my default.
Yeah.
So I feel like his actions didn't necessarily impact that image, whereas
it's
R.
so
Kelly's
far removed
like,
from who he appeared to be.
Yeah, but R. Kelly's like love making, and then it's just but he's doing that but with the wrong people. So it's like it's almost the same. But his was they're so different that I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. R. Kelly was a tough one for me, boy, because I grew up on R. Kelly, man. Literally,
I've still got all his music in my
every Saturday. Every Saturday is clean up the house day, as it probably is in most black households. And in my house, we're big on music. Like, my parents love music so much. That's where we got from. They love to listen to music and dance, which is where I got that love from. And literally every Saturday my dad would be banging out R. Kelly's albums.
Because he was doing bits, man.
So let me know. He'd be singing a lot of everything. So, like,
my
for
dad
me,
had
I
it too, I think.
I grew up listening to R. Kelly. You know, and then obviously R. Kelly's career went most of my life, my whole span of my life, basically. So that was like, R. Kelly. Oh,
it's devastating.
Trust me. But anyway, guys, like we said, check it out if you're interested.
Yeah, if you're interested.
And let us know in the comments, can you separate the art, irrespective of what the art is, from... Can you separate the art from...
The artist?
Yeah, that's it. Can you separate the art from the artist? Yeah, same
You see me? The way that the simplest sentence of the whole day.
My head scrambled.
Just shouting outs, yeah.
We did shout out Shireen.
We did. She gave us our topic for this week.
She did, but I actually want to shout out my friend. For once, I'm shouting out someone, but she's a friend. She's a sister. She's also my business partner.
Oi.
She is, and she is a consistent, loyal listener of this podcast. Baby girl, I'm here to shout you out. I'm shouting out my girl Kelly Tosifa. Yeah. Listen, she left a comment recently. She was like, "You lot are quality," and I said, "You know what I mean? You see it there.
See it there.
Say me, yo. We will always be friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Business partner.
Always.
Friends.
Always. Yeah, man. So I want to shout her out. Yeah, she deserves all the accolades, all the support, all the love. So yeah. That's my shout out.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
So yeah, guys, that's the end. That's the end of the show. That's the end. If you made it this far, thank you very much. We love you. We appreciate you.
Indeed.
You know, if you want to shout out, like my friend Kelly, it's very easy, it's very simple. All you have to do is subscribe. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed, we're not going to shout you out. Okay? You have to like this video. Okay? If you don't like this video, we are not going to shout you out. And then you have to comment.
You have to comment.
That one is imperative. Okay, and we will do our best to respond. Okay, we will do our best to respond. Don't go crazy, but just comment. Okay, all right. And those of you, I'm in my auntie bag.
Yeah, fully. I still
shoulders are in there.
I've only ever got it in the screen, so I don't get the full.
In real life.
Yeah, real life. We're here.
Please. I
love it.
Come on, Auntie Dami. Anyway, Sha. If you are watching, can you not make me break out of character, please?
I'm not. Sorry.
Okay, we shall resume.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, if you are listening on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Amazon Podcast, even YouTube now, they've got their podcast this thing. If you are listening, please, you have to give us 4 or 5-star rating. Please, okay? It's the only way that our podcast can go fast. Some of you are in the comments, "Oh, you people should have more views. Oh, you people should have more subscribers." If you don't like the content, I have to tell them.
Okay.
If you don't like the content, if you are not commenting, if you are not sharing it to your friends, all that stuff, we will not get the support. We need you to need us so that we can grow, so that we can do more. You know, when money start entering our wallet, we even start bringing guests, doing so for you people. We're not asking for too much. Please. Okay? Anyway, guys,
Back.
Debbie Zane's back. We say that, but we actually are next week gonna have a guest.
Oh yeah.
Unless schedules change up, we do actually have a guest, and we've even, the people that we're gonna call, they don't know yet. I haven't told my
I haven't told my own either.
Oh, that's it. They don't know, but they're gonna get to know very quickly, and then we'll have another set of guests after that. So we're gonna have guests and stuff. But yeah, I don't have anything. Oh, PR code is there. God,
PR code.
That's such a WhatsApp auntie thing to do. What's up? QR. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. QR code. My bad. I always forget what it is. QR code is on the screen right now. It's for our Instagram. Scan that thing. Follow us on Instagram. Yeah? We're trying to build the numbers up so that we can put more on there. Do you get it? Yeah?
Do the sponsorships.
Trust me. Everything will be
you know,
through that Instagram.
Exactly.
Instagram.
Come and get your agege bread from us.
I don't know about agege bread.
You don't know about agege bread?
No, I love agege bread. Yeah. I'm not providing them with agege bread.
No, sponsored. It'll be sponsored by Unpicked.
Okay, yeah.
Sponsorship.
Tasty.
You
people that are in Sainsbury's now, please Hook us up because I've been going to Sainsbury's and I ain't been finding it, and I want to taste the iron masher because I heard it slaps.
Yes.
He don't eat meat, so it's gonna be for me. Okay, let me know.
I can remove the meats now
and just eat the sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do. What they do? They put a pound of jam in there as well. Right.
No, it's just the sauce. They just give you the sauce, and then they do gizdodo.
Yeah.
Which I don't know, and they do eforiro.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I've been trying to cop that. Been going to Sainsbury's. Anyway, that's another conversation. We don't want to make this. We're trying to close up, not to start again. Please. What was I even saying? QR code, yeah.
QR code on the screen.
On the screen. Follow us on the social.
All the links are in the description.
That's it. Everything there.
Click the things.
Thank you.
Hit the like button. Hit the bell. Right. Whole combo.
Everything. Do it.
All the things.
All them things there. See me, yYou? Then we can be friends. So, from us, we'll see you next week.
Until the next time. Peace.